Hello there. What's going on, everyone? What's going on, T-Bone? Hello, lady. Oh, so it is absolutely freezing in the studio. It is a chilly 69 degrees. It is way colder than it should be. We have the heat on, and it just
It's a trap!
it is a trap. Hello, Crystal, One, and Baby and Dogs. So yesterday was exciting. We had a lot of fun. We saw some new faces. We did an impromptu There Will Be Blood. We sold out some video game. So earlier I was talking to Trevor, and I was testing out some new features of the website. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta clean up my background. I gotta get this place in order. I gotta come up some things." And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna fix my background. Because I would like to show you how slim the pickings are at the moment. We literally only have two products left. Monster Mash and Lego, and both of those are pretty close to completion. But what we do have is a lot of Super Break. That fell. There we go. There we go. That's it. We need to get more art. That's right. Oh. My camera aspect ratio seems to be a little off too for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't change that yesterday, but I guess I'll figure it out. What's going on, Councilman Chef? Reminds me I need to open up Discord. Here we go. Okay. There may or may not be some very interesting things. Making dinner for the adult child. I do that too. Um, we and by we I mean DCD Collects have discovered. What up, Carlos? Discovered a new feature of our website that we are extremely excited about. And I've been informed not to talk about it. So I can't talk about it. What's going on, Prue? But boy, oh boy, do we have something really cool coming down the old pipeline that I think you're going to like. Red snapper topped with some salsa over a cilantro lime rice. In a wonderful scene from the movie UHF starring Weird Al Yankovic. Oh, red snapper. Very tasty. What up, Don? Uh, Don's like, yeah, not to talk about. I have a cup of coffee with your name on it, and then I will tell everybody. It's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fly out to, or I should say, drive out to California, and I'll tell you, Don, and I'll even buy the coffee. UHF is such a great film, and it was such an oddball film when it came out, but by today's standards, it's so good. But the you can have red snap or you can have what's in the box. Are you ready, Weaver? I'm gonna take the box. Sure. What's in the box? Nothing. Nothing is in the box. Stupid. You're so stupid. Oh. Even better when she brings home the fillets from deep gulf fishing. I used to do a fair amount of deep sea fishing. I was a Atlantic coaster. I was not a Gulf coaster. I love the Atlantic Ocean. And man, oh man, I used to red snapper, grouper, flounder, mahi. We had some good eatings. If I could get the boss to sign off, I'd love to leave in the morning. I'd love to drive across country again. Daughter made me turn the heater on. Yeah, I had to turn the heater on. Um, I've been in California so long that my blood is thin. I'm in a hoodie with a shirt on underneath, and it's only 69 degrees. Normally, I don't wear a jacket when I lived in Buffalo under 50 or above 50. It's just been brutal. Yeah, man, listen, I can't talk about it. It's not work related, but boy, did I get some absolutely fan freaking tastic news today. Um, it is, I got good news. We were happy about that. Scuba! Que paso, Scoops? I can't talk about it because it's personal, but it's fantastic news. It is a 50-ton load lifted off my shoulders. So we are excited about that. It is it is great. Very excited. Happy, happy, joy, joy. All right, man. James was absent from school today. Yeah, I know. I held him out of school today because he had therapy. Thank you so much, school. It's funny, I told his school that he will be missing every Thursday so that he can go to occupational therapy and speech therapy. And I supplied a note from the therapists and my doctor, and they said, nope, that's not good enough. That's too much time missed. You're going to have to call in every Thursday. Nope, not doing it. I don't care. They're like, well, there's truancy laws in California, and you can get in a lot of trouble. No, no, I can't, because they're excused absences. You just refuse to accept the excuse. I have an acquaintance that handles law for children in California, and they laughed at my school. Um, Dinner with the fam. I like dinner with the fam. So I love trolling the school. I don't like them. It's an awful school. Sure, Scuba. I would love to know your decision. Where is this? Okay. Just finished dinner. So Mrs. the Breaker does not. Ooh. Present it and it better be shiny, Scoobs. Um Mrs. the Breaker does not get out of work until like 6 or 7, and it takes her over an hour to get home. So she doesn't get home until like 7:30 to 8:30. So it is. We don't get to eat dinner until like 9:30. So oh, we have a trade to announce. Hey, Prue. Prue, I'm curious. Yeah, honey. No. Prue, out of curiosity, which I thought he was here. Yeah, I see him. He might not be paying attention, but he's here. I saw Be at Easel is actually not. She's resting her voice and her face, so it's a no. I'm always around. It's a no face, no voice stream. And as much as I love baby pygmy hippopotami, her X factor is what keeps me watching. Prue, real quick, which Daniel Gonzalez cover do you have? I will trade you a Harley Quinn Daniel Gonzalez cover for your X-23 cover. Deal. We have an announcement, folks. I have traded Scuba, my very coveted, very well loved Escape from Bespin, Escape from Cloud City, Lee Cozy original art for the Daniel Gonzalez Harley Quinn cover. And I am now trading the Harley Quinn Daniel Gonzalez cover to Prue for the X-23 cover. That's what we call a three-way. All right, it's in the trade section. Menage a art, that's right. I had to ask permission from Mrs. the Breaker to move Escape from Cloud City because she loves that one. And she knows I love that one. Because she knows that I know that inside the Millennium Falcon, even though you can't see him, Han Solo or Lando Calrissian is in there. But I said, what we will then do is we will commission Lee Cozy to do the Vader companion piece that he wanted to do. And in order to have space on our wall, we would have to get rid of our much beloved and one of, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Trevor can back this up. I know he's eating, but I believe that Escape from Cloud City was the first official Star Wars hit that we got from Lee. It was one of our very, very, very earliest things. So that is actually a pretty monumental piece by way of DCD Collects, too. All right. All right, that trade is
Yes, Daddy, I did it.
that trade is done. It has been executed.
Yeah, that boy. What's that? Today I'm gonna be.
Carlos is not poor. He's rich with love.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Fidget toy.
Oh, sassafras. Didn't mean to close that out. Excuse me. So this is what remains. This is all we have left. 6 Lego. 6 Lego is all we have left. You're welcome. Wata is going to ship the game back and recase it for free. Nice. Very nice. And then Monster Mash. Has 8 left. 2 of them are Daniel Gonzalez. So there's a 1 in 4 chance of getting a Daniel Gonzalez hit in Monster Mash. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we end up pulling this product, those will not see the public again. I'll just tell you flat out. Those hit pieces are absolutely staying in the DCD Collects collection. I can guarantee it. Fair warning. There's no chance those leave. The darn piece of plastic is so annoying. Oh, I don't know if you saw this, Scoobs, but somebody was selling a Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was, I want to say, like an 8.5 with only an A seal. And the last ice, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It was through Heritage. No, it's not A++ though. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. It's VGA, not Wata. I must have been thinking of a different one. Wait, let me make sure my stuff isn't on here. All right. Hey, man. Current bid with 1 day left is 1,400, and that's only a 90. Near mint. Yours, whose bid you think that is? I don't know. There's some historical references. VGA 9.5, 6.5 grand. There's an 8.5 A plus. That's it. 8.5 A plus. But that one sold a while ago. But yeah, there's your stuff right there. And then there's a big sealed lot that they have. But that's under preview. So there you go. Zelda is one. Yeah, Zelda Golden Eye is super expensive too. They just had there currently is a video game graded run going on that ends tomorrow that has 100 games in there, and anywhere from a couple bucks to tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody managed to find. I think the only sealed games I have now are Perfect Dark and Mule NES. Limit Zero, you'll appreciate this. You're a game dev. There are not one, but two Nintendo Tournament cartridges for sale. If you don't know what the tournament cartridges is for those who are not Limit Zero and probably Scuba, they used to have the Nintendo Championship tournaments where they would make a hodgepodge of games, shortened versions, just a couple of levels each, and you would have to master them for the fastest time or highest score. And only one, they would make only X amount of copies of it because it would only be at the actual place they would just use those for. And originally it was supposed to be destroyed after use, but they're popping up here and there. I was stunned to see two of them in the same auction. Oh yeah. Yep. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh, here it is. All right, here we go. I can't, so I'm signed into my Heritage Auctions, so I can't share the screen immediately. Let me click on it real quick. Oh, here we go. There's the real deal Holyfield right here. This is look at that big bad mamma jamma. Oh mama, it's at 35 grand right now. This is literally, not figuratively, literally the Grail. Look at that. Hey, Prue, it still counts. So yeah, that is a Grail piece. This, by the way, is one of my favorite games growing up. I loved Rygar and Karnov. This is the first edition Mike Tyson. You can tell the Mike Tyson is first edition because the bullet points are white instead of orange. That's how you differentiate those. Where is. There it is. How about that bad boy? Pokemon Blue, sealed in a 9-2. Oops. Sculptors. Oh, Sculptor's Cut was a Blockbuster rental exclusive. Interesting. Well, yes, sealed, this is pretty insane. However, the number of copies of these will far exceed the championship ones because the championship ones were individually handmade and they hand cut the cartridges to fit the timer switches in them, which is what was the big deal with those. And they would only make, I believe it was 10 per tournament, and every year they changed. So, yes, that one's going to sell for more, but I will guarantee you the rarity. This is way more rare than the other one. I will Google the numbers if we need to. This also, I believe, holds the record for the most expensive cert ever made, or ever sold at its original auction when the first one went public. And that was not graded. That was just a cert in a sleeve. And it was like 10 grand or something stupid at that time. But yeah, pretty bonkers. Okay. Yeah, oh, absolutely, because they were intended only to be used for rental. Yeah, no, I get it. I wish I had 44 cages to throw around. I actually I need to grab them before they're gone. I got to get one of the Josh Allen Madden covers sealed just to keep. I won't grade it. I'll just keep it in my collection. First ever Buffalo Bill to be on the cover of Madden. And deservedly so. Burb. Keep wanting to put together a Madden full set. Is that weird? It'd be super cheap as the older ones are worthless. Yeah, it's actually they actually still be pretty dang cool. And you can always just upgrade to different versions and sealed versions, and then you got to collect the Nintendo versus the Super Nintendo versus the Sega and the Sega CD and Saturn. Then you get all the PlayStation 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, Xbox 360, X, Series X. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't need the different systems? Okay. Yeah, Paul Moisland, I'm tired. I have been up since 5:30 in the morning. My lawyer operates out of New York. New mic? No. No, I just brought it closer to my mouth. I want to nibble on it. I want to take little bites of it. I just want to eat the microphone. So my lawyer's like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you at 6 or at 9 a.m." I was like, "It's 6 o'clock here, right?" He's like, "I don't care." I was like, "Okay." So I had to set my alarm for 5:30, so I was awake. No, but listen, Mr. Maitland, I do have a new mic that I really want. It is awesome, and I go to Guitar Center, and I look at it, and I put my headphones on, and I talk to myself in it, and oh my God, does it make me physically react to my voice? It is so freaking good. I don't need to drop 300. This is a $400 or $500 mic. This is not a little kid's mic. This is not nothing. This is actually the older model now. Shure, this is the Shure SM7B. This is the mic that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on. This is the same mic. What are you all doing with that TMNT cartridge? We don't know yet. But we'll do something with it, I guarantee. And this is a really good Carteroid mic. I found another one that's really good. So they actually now have the SM7B S or R or M, whatever it is. They have a new upgraded version of this mic, and it's been years in the works because this is a stalwart mic for sure. Show you the guts. Yeah, that's the expensive part. Hello there. All right, tell John I said hi. You can. Actually, it's not a cream. It's a little, looks like an EpiPen, but it freezes the stalwart. And then after like a week, the stalwart falls off. Oh, that's much worse. Um, so yeah, there is another mic that I'm dying to get. This mic is actually more expensive than the one I want. I could probably, no joke, I could probably sell this mic used for $150, $200 and almost be able to pay for the other mic. The only reason I'm keeping this around is because in a better setting, this is an unbelievable mic. But what the other mic is good for is it's very directional. I probably could fiddle with this a little more. I mean, we could do it now. We could do it now for funsies. All right, let's mess around. Let's do some testing. Hey everybody. I have my mic in hand. Hopefully it's not crackling a whole bunch. Hopefully it's working well. All right, so there's little things on the back of this that I can change how I sound. So we're going to see what we like more. Linda Lovelace the mic. I get that reference. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. So this is my mic how it is all the time. So I'm gonna make an adjustment on the back, and we're gonna see, is it better or is it worse? All right, here we go. So this is the baseline. This is the baseline. Is it better or is it worse? Is this better than it was before, or is this worse than it is before? Your vote is all that matters in this contest. Tell me, better or worse? Maybe it's the same. Scuba's like, it is the same. You silly, silly boy, it is the same. How about now? Is it still the same? Or is it better? Is it better or the same? Oh, it's worse. Okay. So this is back to where it was before. Does this sound normal to you? Not as full as before. Yeah. So now we're back to normal. Do I sound normal again? And then what we'll do is we will do a complete flip. This is the complete opposite of my normal settings. Is that worse or is that better? Hey, listen, you tell me. It's up to you. You have to listen to me. I don't. Better? A tad bit better? A tad bit better than normal? Okay, see, listen, that is an improvement then. Even if it is a micron better than normal, then that's good. If you close if you close your eyes, it sounds different. Okay. So should we keep this one then? Do we keep this configuration? Is this the better one? All right, now it's not in hand. Now I'm just letting my mic hang. How do we feel? We better now? Is this better? Is this good? Then we'll use this new configuration. Okay, there we go. Hey, Scuba says yes, that's good enough for me. So the other microphone, I know it by sight. I couldn't even tell you what it is anymore. It's got four functions for changing, and one of them is like specifically targeted for people who are up close on the mic. And if I get in close and talk on it, it is complete dead silence. It completely blocks everything behind me, and it only picks up my voice. It is so nice to hear that it is like, wowzer, I need this microphone. But it's not one like this one is directional. The other one, it's sideways, so you're talking into it like this, as opposed to talking into it like this. So it'll be a little weirder to have the mic in front of me like this. Cause this microphone, the intention is for you to be straight up on it. It's not intended for you to be talking into the side of it. And the other one, you're talking into the side of it instead of in front of it. There we go. Carlos, you just missed me taking my microphone apart and trying to figure out a better sound. So everybody says I sound slightly better with this setting than I did before. So we're going to stick with this one. And now you know. Chef's like, I'm back, and damn it, I can still cook. I'd hope so. It's in your name. Is there football on right now? Is there a Thursday night game today? It's Thursday, right? Steelers Browns. Oh, that's why I didn't know. Christmas came early this year. Oh, a new espresso machine. That is like, listen, I love espresso. We have an espresso machine at home too. Crystal, which one'd you get? We have had 4 different ones in the last 10 years. And 3 figures. Yeah, I drink espresso every morning. Um, I drink a double shot of espresso, and that replaces what used to be 2 to 3 cups of coffee every day. Do you use Cafe Bustelo? Who do you use for your beans? DeLonghi Magnifica Evo. I am very familiar with that one. I've had a couple of DeLonghi's. We just recently switched to a German company that uses Italian pumps. And I don't know the name of it. But it performs on par with a DeLonghi. I love DeLonghi. I think they are simply the best. And the only reason we switched out of it is because we didn't have, we couldn't drop like 500-600 bucks. Yeah, I use Nespresso, no big deal. Cafe Bustelo is tasty. I do. Melissa's family grows coffee in Puerto Rico, and some of their family plantation beans go into Bustelo. Yeah, chef. Yes, they are. So we weren't able to drop a good portion on a new DeLonghi, and this one got a lot of good press, and I just don't know the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. And we bought it like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and it has been great. I have no complaints. It's a German company, but it is it uses all Italian hardware. So give me German engineering and Italian parts. I'm in. I'm in. And my beans from Puerto Rico, love it. Ooh. Yeah, Jones is killing the Cowboys, Sapporo's. Is just he can't take his ego out of it. For him, it's just a playground. He doesn't care if he wins because he's still gonna sell out. He's still gonna sell the merch. He owns the building, so he's still gonna profit off of everything that goes in there. Jones is bad news bears. He's a turd. He's no better than Al Davis at this point. I also heard a rumor that I can't repeat on this channel, but there's a very specific reason that his superstar wide receiver must wear the number 88. Lavazza, oh, I love Lavazza as well. Yep, great brand. Lavazza's gotten very pricey lately. He's the Vince McMahon of the NFL. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he does have a scandal from about 10 years ago involving a woman that wasn't his wife. Jones does not have a clear record in that area. There was a questionable child. Sapporo's gets it. There was a questionable child, but I believe it was either paid off hush money or it wasn't his. Either way, it after a week that news story was buried. But yes, Sapporos, exactly what you think. That's the rumor. That his star receiver can wear any number they want as long as it's 88. It's like the original Model T. You can get the Model T in any color you want as long as it's black. No, it makes a lot of sense though, doesn't it, Saporos? If you really look at it, if you really take a look at that big picture, Saporos, it makes a lot of sense. Actually fits together a little too nicely. What else do I have to talk about today? Without a machine for out of machine for 6 months. My goodness, Crystal, you should have said something. I would have sent you an emergency one. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't be able to drink coffee anyway. Poor Juan. Is Juan, oh man, Juan, I feel for you, buddy. You've had no coffee for 6 months? At least she wasn't allowed to have it. Oh my goodness. Juan, I'm sorry. Listen, Crystal, I love you as a dear friend. Crystal, I have to say I can't feel sorry for you because you couldn't have coffee. But Juan, brother, homie, you should have said something, man. I'd have snuck you a little like mini espresso machine, but like here, take this. Don't tell your wife. Had to do instant. Don't ever tell my wife you said that. She takes her coffee very seriously. Oh, Juan, brother, God bless you. Yeah, he suffered alone. No, listen. He didn't suffer alone. He stood in solidarity with his wife. He said, honey, if you suffer, I suffer. That's a good man. Juan, you're a good man. You, sir, deserve a cookie if you like cookies. Trader Joe's instant isn't bad. I've actually heard that. I read an article where they said top 10 Trader Joe's products and the instant coffee was in there. They said, don't laugh at us. You have to try it to understand how good it is. Coffee is not overrated if you are an artisan about it. So I like finer things, but I don't like finer things. Like when I lived in Indiana, there was literally a beanery where you could go in Indianapolis and they had raw beans from everywhere in the world. You would pick out your beans, your beans, they're green. You'd pick them out, scoop them yourself, so you could pick out individual beans if you wanted to. Bean select, they call it. And then they roast in-house, and you can set the roasting level. And they're done within anywhere between 20 minutes and 2 hours. And I love true Kona coffee. Not the garbage blend that you find nowadays. True Kona coffee has that lava terroir taste to it. The complexity, the richness, especially when it's medium dark. I love Ethiopia, but I want my coffee from Ethiopia to be light roast. Guatemala has a great bean that I think is great in a medium roast. I can literally tell you where in the world and which roast you want because I would be like, oh, what is the new thing? They're like, oh, this is Sub-Sahara. It's only 50 acres of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how much? Like 18 a pound. I'm like, I'll take a pound. But we used to literally be like, where are we going to venture to today? I used to be a wine specialist. This is a true story When I got out of the military back in early 2000s, I was a wine specialist at a wine and spirits store, a huge one. Don and Carlos will know where I worked. It was McKinley Wine and Spirits on McKinley Road. And I also worked at Colonial Wine and Spirits in Orchard Park. And they're massive. Their biggest competitor was Premier. What's up, Hellbolt? Love you, man. Oh, bro. Tim Hortons coffee. Listen to me. If you want great commercial coffee, Tim Hortons, baby. I just did an Instagram post. I got a bag of Tim Hortons. And I did a nice pour over with Tim Hortons. Oh boy, was it muy delicioso. I love it. The old Tim, that's right. Burger King now and Tim Hortons now is a Burger King company. Vice versa. But the OG Tim Hortons coffee was it. But yeah, we used to roast our own beans. I would grind my own beans. We would pre-soak the filters like we were really deep into crafting cups of coffee. Then I got a child. Right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
And that went out the door. I believe I've actually drank pond water over coffee beans since having a child. Oh, Sapporos, absolutely. When you have that much money, you're disconnected from reality. You're amazing, Hellbolt. How's your Japanese coming, brother? God, I miss Tim Hortons. I have to go back to Buffalo in July. And I will be stocking up on Tim Hortons products. Cause the beans are still good if you just buy the beans and grind them yourself. Just get the light roast. What else? Good news. Website update. What's left? Trade. There will be blood. Still plugging away. Leave in 47 days and you're on day 238 of Japanese every day. Good. Fava beans and a nice Chianti. That is football, mini football helmets. You wouldn't want it, Scoops. That is going to be a signed mini helmet draft break. I think it's going to be $89.99. 4 people. Not There Will Be Blood. That's just a draft. But I need 4 people that like football. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. after Turkey Day. So, yeah, I mean, we're in no rush. Actually, I'll give you an example. Man, it was right here all along. Yep. So we opened one of these to see. We first of all, we thought they were individually wrapped. They weren't. Those really are from Tuscany. That's funny. So we were gonna just have we thought they were gonna be blind boxes. They weren't. It was Kevin Mawe, Hall of Famer. It was Jake the Snake Plumber. It was an alternate speed flash helmet of Dante Culpepper. And a good old Thurman Thomas. So honestly, breaking it down to $89.99, these are really good, noteworthy players. So we said, okay, well, we'll keep this box, and we'll use it for There Will Be Blood at a later date, Pepper in the Helmets. And we'll keep that sealed and do a draft break. Oh yeah, coffee. I like coffee. I love coffee. I love I so I'm gonna say this. I don't drink often. I really don't. I maybe will have 1 to 2 alcoholic beverages a month, and if I buy a bottle, it'll last months in my house. Oh, like turtles. Um, I I like finer crafted goods when it comes to what I consume. I like wine because I studied it literally in uh I spent years studying wine. So I know how stuff is made. Oh, I love me a good peaty scotch, that is right. I love the Islay scotches. I do like Highland. Um Now that I have found out that my family are actually Highlanders, true story, my Scottish heritage is Highlander, legit actual Highlander. Clan Cameron is my family heritage. I feel like I need to switch to Highland Scotch, but I still prefer Lafroig. Lafroig is my favorite. Um, I like wine, but I like very specific wines. A lot of wines that nobody would recognize. Um, my coffee, I like specific. Any vineyards I like. I like the Tuscany regions and the Piedmont region of Italy. I like the Côtes du Rhône in France. Clan Cameron, Sapporo's. Clan Cameron. I am actually related to a former king, a feudal king. South African wines, those are going to be hardy wines. You're going to find a lot of Shiraz down there, or commonly known as Syrah. Um, Australia and South Africa have very similar wines. If you like South Africa, you will like Australia wine. Just a heads up. And the Australian wines are going to be less expensive than the South African ones. So there's a free bit of info. $2 Chuck, let me tell you a story about $2 Chuck. Limit zero. $2 Chuck is actually a con. This is true. I'm gonna listen to this. First of all, I will tell you, French and Italian table wine is going to be better than any wine that you can buy here. The Italians and the French do not export their best wine. Their best wine is literally purchased for about 5 francs, or now it's
Daddy,
4 euros.
I think I just built something awesome.
Yeah?
Just to show him.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of working,
Yeah,
but
but hold on.
sure.
So, I built it this. And you may be asking, why is this just a avatar thing that actually just makes it? Well, look at the back and you'll notice it's like a set of stairs. Like a little 3D shaped box. Because it's like a box shaped.
Mhm.
It's like stuff around it, then a platform, and then at the back it's like a random little platform for you to like grab on. Thank you guys.
Nice. So the Italians and the French keep their best wine for themselves. They sell their wine in labelless bottles that you just go to your local store and you buy them. Yeah, it's up for Rose. And it's their table wine. Their table wine is going to be better than any wine that you really buy. It's a known fact that they don't export their good stuff. They keep it for themselves and they sell it to themselves for super cheap. The money that you are marked up to buy their fine imported wine goes towards their profit that they lose by their table wine. I swear to God, go to Italy, go anywhere to any store that sells wine, which almost all of them do, and you will find it'll just say tableau or table wine. And it'll be a non-labeled bottle. You just pick it up, you pay a couple of bucks, and you move on. Judgment of Paris says different. $2 Chuck is an advertising gimmick. It's a loss leader. This is true. $2 Chuck is actually about a $15 bottle of wine. And they had the marketing idea. Let's take this very good wine. Let's sell it for $2 in limited quantities. Oh yeah, California wins. Oh yeah, absolutely. California has terroir like nowhere else. But what I'm saying is, in comparison, French exported wine versus French table wine, the French table wine is better. Italian table wine is better than Italian exported wine. That's the statement I was making. But $2 Chuck is actually a $15 bottle of wine that you get for $2 because the thought process is supposed to be, wow, if this $2 bottle of Charles, I can't remember his last name, wine is so good, just imagine how good his $20 bottle is. Hey folks, you're drinking the $20 bottle of wine. The $20 bottle of wine is really the $10 bottle of wine. Charles Shaw, thank you, Chuck Shaw. So it is actually a advertising gimmick. The labels are effectively swapped in order to get people to believe that if this $2 bottle of wine is this good, then their other stuff must be that much better. It's a pretty genius campaign. Yes, bud.
I think I built something cool.
Okay.
So, look at this 3D box. Press the button. Look at this 3D box. And then at the back, it's like a period of Aang and Katara.
Yeah, limit zero, exactly. Exactly. But that was so they had that way back when I was in the wine and spirits industry 2001 through 2003 at the end of my military career and afterwards. I went and studied wine in Spain while I was in the service. No, it's not $2 anymore. I think it's like $5, Chuck. Um, I was overseas in Spain, and I got to study sparkling wine from the Cordonu vineyards, and that sparked me to when I got out of the military to get into the industry. And I did. I was very young in the industry. And the problem was I was very young. Nobody wanted to listen to a 23-year-old talk about wine, even though I knew more than them. They wanted somebody that looks like me now with a gray beard and, a gut. They want to hear about wine from an elderly person who's drank wine, not the guy who just studied it for 3 years straight and knows everything about it. Sapporo's. At one point, we had to dump it. And it was a tough issue to get over until my boss would be like, "Hey, listen, if you want to know about this, you need to talk to DC over there. He's actually the specialist." And it would force people to talk to me. And once they listened to me and I would give them my recommendations, they realized I was knowledgeable. But I have drank wines for I would go to wine parties where sommeliers would show off their old vintage wine cellar keeps. Everybody would bring 2 bottles. This is all true. So we'd have sommelier parties where people in the industry would get together. Usually it was around the time of a big wine tasting show. We'd go to a wine tasting show and we would try 500 wines over the course of 3 days. We would have a hotel room at the hotel that they would be doing the tasting at. And we would get swag bags. Now, they're not allowed to give you anything in order to buy their wine. So what you would do is you would have a bag open and you would hold the bag next to the table and they would reach to grab your glass and they would knock things into your bag. "Oh, I'm sorry, you can keep that. I'm not going to reach in your bag." That was the trick to give you free stuff, to get you to buy their stuff. But the real party was usually the after party, where the day after, a bunch of us in the industry would get together. You'd grab 2 great bottles of wine, and you would kind of try to out class everybody with you. Did I see the documentary Sour Grapes? I did not. That was the win contest. Paris, they did twice. University of Bordeaux did a test with white wine with red coloring in it. Good study. Yeah, I was pretty good. I used to be able to blindfold a lot of wines. I was not good enough to tell you who, but I could tell you region, type, and whether it was vintage or not. I was not, admittedly, not to the degree of an actual sommelier. Sommelier has to tell you what it is, what the varietal is, region, and bonus points is label. I could never get to label. I knew region and I knew varietal. So we would be the deal was to outclass everybody else, to bring something that would wow factor. So I was drinking 40-year-old Bordeaux's. I was drinking 91 Cardinales. I was drinking 1997 Tignanellos. We actually got by a guy who said, "I have this bottle that none of you know that is going to blow your mind, and then I'm going to blow your mind when you find out what it is." So he would do that, and he brought out this bottle, and the bottle was this weird wavy bottle. And he peeled the label so that we couldn't read it. was excited just looking at it. This is my favorite wine on the planet for under $50. And I'll show you in a second. So we would you would drink blind, and then you would like show afterwards, like show and tell. Some of us like one bottle was the one to share, and one bottle was to impress, and you kept one bottle, your nicest bottle, would be to share, and then your wild card, you would wrap it so that nobody knew what it was, and then everyone would try to guess what it was. And this is one that he said, I'm not going to wrap it. I'm just going to peel the label. You got to see this bottle. And we tried it, and it's from Italy. I want to say it's Piedmont. I don't remember, though. I believe it's Piedmont. And it was like, I love earthy, dirty, dark red wines. I want to taste the terroir in the wine. I want it to taste like dirt and the sweat of the armpit of the guy that picked the grapes with just a splash of grape juice in it. That's what I want. I want dirt, sweat, and grape juice. That's my wine. And my guy, his name was Marcello. I don't remember Marcello's last name. He's from Italy. And Marcello comes in, and he goes, man, you've been breaking since your wine days. He in his Italian accent. He'd be like, David, I'm going to give you a wine, and you're going to love it. This is going to be the greatest wine you've ever tasted in your life. You need to drink this wine right now. Taste this, and you tell me you've never tasted anything like this before. I was like, okay. So he pours me this wine out of this crazy wavy bottle. I'm sorry, it's not Marcel, it's Maurizio. And Maurizio pours this wine, and I drink it, and I'm like, this is love. I was like, what is it, 100 a bottle, 200 a bottle? He goes, it's $30 a bottle. Travaglini Gattinara. Travaglini Gattinara. It is in a crazy ergonomic bottle. And you pour it. You grab the palm of your hand. It's made to be poured with your left hand. So you pour it with your left hand. The palm of your hand fits right here in this curve, and your fingers grip around here. And the shape of the neck, you'll notice, is more pitched because there's heavy sediment. It's a very, very sediment-heavy bottle. And this catches the sediment before it pours out, in case you're not pouring through cheesecloth. And this bottle, there you go. This is, when you're talking about wines, this is still a pretty cheap wine at 30 to 40 bucks a pop. It is Piedmont. See, I knew it. Piedmont, I still remember. I still got it, baby. Yeah, so there it is. Depending on the vintage. But I was drinking the 97 and the 99 Gattinara. 97. By the way, I was very lucky. 1997 is considered one of the best vintages in 70 years in Europe. It was only really contested by the wines of the 40s, the Bordeaux's of the 40s. So I happened to be in the industry when all of the 97 vintages were coming out. 99 was also a good vintage. 97 was cornerstone. I believe that's what they called it. Cornerstone vintage. So I got to drink some of the best wine on the planet right when it was coming out in the early 2000s, because most of it was 3 to 5 years aged. So I was in a bit of a heyday of wine at that time. I've gotten away from wine. I've actually gotten away from drinking alcohol altogether. But that is my all-time favorite piece of wine. Does it glug? No, it's beautiful. It is a dirty, earthy brown too. It's like a purple brown. Like it is. Oh, it is earth, man. It is. You are drinking from the earth when you drink that bottle. Yep. All right, folks. Last call. I know we didn't have a first call, but last call. I have a long day tomorrow with Jimmy. Jimmy is about to go on vacation. So it's his last day of school for a week and a half. Wine isn't great for weight loss. Nope. But yeah, I was a wine specialist for about 3 years. Then I got frustrated with nobody listening to me, so I quit. I was fired. I was fired after a year and a half, and I couldn't understand why. And then I found out I was fired because I was onto one of the managers stealing. And he fired me to prevent me from ratting him out. And then he was fired, and they gave me a bottle of 92 Cardinale as an apology, which is like a $100 bottle of wine, and invited me back with a $5 raise. Nope, I do not have any orders on my screen. Going to the Pasadena Card Show this weekend. Oh. Remember, Trevor, painting. unless you're bartering. Remember, paint the house. I will. Oh, that's right. That's a nasty little PSA order. We can't talk about that. I'll send it out Tuesday with everything else, Scoops. I will. I'm gonna ship it in the frame too. It's a little cheap, low profile frame, but it looks really good. Plus, it'll add a little more protection. Oh no, I will. Melissa's gonna take a weekend to enjoy it before it goes. But yeah, everything will be out Tuesday. All right, folks. I think it's it. No rush, just ship it now. Limit Zero's like, I know you have something in mind. You better ship it. Ship it good. All right. Bop, 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 doo, wop, biddy, bop, bop. Let's raid. Is it snowing in Pittsburgh?
game looks like, but I think anybody who's ever watched.
Oh my God, that's snow. Wow. It's been like years since I've seen snow. That's crazy. I checked the gate. The gate is clear, Scoobs. Wow, that's crazy snow. All right, I'm assuming sumo. It is day 13 of 15. Don is like, it is November, sir. Don. When you get out of work, on your way home, if you can, you don't have to, if your hand's free, give me a call. If you cannot, try to find some time for us to talk tomorrow. I got a story for you. It's about a 5-minute, maybe 10-minute at the most story. About the time it takes for you to get from your house or from work to your house when there's no snow. All right, let's do Midnight Sumo. Oh, yeah. Limit Zero. I literally used to teach wine. Listen, there is a book. I'll give this as one last little nugget. That you can buy to learn wine as an amateur. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that this book was my Bible. I'm almost there. All right. It's called Windows on the World. It's not the one about 9/11. This book by Kevin Zraly is unbelievable. This will teach you pretty much everything you're gonna need to know about wine. This book is how I learned before I started doing the actual classes. It will teach you about terroir. It'll teach you about the regions. It'll teach you about what makes a wine, how to taste wine. Windows on the World. I believe I actually had this one. I think this was the last one that I had, was the 04 edition. It is the wine Bible. It is very inexpensive, as you can see. And it is going to give you non-biased descriptions and understanding of wine. Now, don't get me wrong. He will recommend wines as examples. Those are paid advertisements. But here you go. Not that. Stop being a butt. Get to the goods. I don't care about Julia Child. All right, here we go. You're literally getting into the brie versus acid. You are learning about what happens to wine if you leave it on the vine too much. You learn the difference between Spätlese, Auslese, Baron Auslese, Baron Trocken Auslese, Eiswein. You learn all of the minutiae about, look, you even talking about South African wine right there. Boom. You learn everything you need to know about the process of making wine, why wine is what it says it is, how it becomes what it says it is. Often there's illustrations, pictures, descriptions of wines, how to taste wine. This is the biggest piece of advice I can get anybody. My mentor, his very first gift he gave me once he realized I was passionate about wine, he got me a signed copy. Now, Limit Zero, a lot of the cheap ones are the digital versions. Do yourself a favor and get a hardcover. I know it's going to be $50-$60. Get a hardcover, because you're going to want to make notes. You're going to want to fold pages. You're going to want to put Post-its in there. It will become your reference book about wine. You will drink a bottle of wine, and then you will reference what you're tasting, how you're tasting it with that book. And that book will allow you to take what you like. That book taught me more in the month it took me to read every single word of it than I learned actually at the Cordonu Vineyards in Spain. Brilliant. Brilliant. Get a hardcover copy so you can make notes. And the copy I had, I don't remember which, I think I had like the 99 copy or the 2000 copy. It actually said, hey, these margins are wide so you can write in them. Like, take notes. So, all right, that's it. I'm done talking about the wine. Sumo. Let's go from wine to sumo. Something else that is passion. Folks, yesterday was a busy day. Today was a chill day. We got story time. We even got to fix my microphone. I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other so we can do this again tomorrow. I'm very excited to hang out tomorrow. We should have a lot of fun. And I love you all. Take care. Be safe. Bye. See ya.
Left in Biganzan on the right. A winning record hanging in the balance here.